Alright. It's 3:19 in the morning, although Marcus, the uneasy drunk, might not exactly be quite aware of that. During the conversation, I doodled a nightclub floor, part of a nightclub floor. It's all colorful and shit.
It hurts my eyes to look at it.
It should.
It looks like an Olympic bullseye or a bowling shirt.
Marcus, we're gonna go ahead and say that you've had so many drinks, you have no intelligence, and you have 1 point of dexterity.
Okay, so still got my celerity.
Yep. And, fog has really gotten thick now, and, Marcus, you see, a familiar sight from all the way back, Steinway, Warehouse District, Warehouse 13, because you see doodling right in front of you, the serpent coiling in, eating its own tail, the Ouroboros. And I want you to roll initiative, because somewhere within this club area, there is a loud, keening roar and a violent surge as something breaks out of the ground, and people begin screaming in terror. Okay.
That's a good roll, right?
Yeah. In that case, go ahead and declare what you want to do. You're not able to see that well. I don't want to put on, like, some super vision stuff on the 5 boroughs map, and I didn't feel like doing this on an entirely separate map. So basically, that's a sense of where the people are, but you don't know whatever it is that broke out of the ground. You don't know where it is. You have an idea of the 2 forms of egress. There's a back way, not that you really travel that for, and of course the primary way out, much wider hallway.
Well, I think Marcus is going to... He's not very intelligent right now, but,
I hope he remembers what David said and just runs the fuck away.
Well, I could try to remember.
Roll to remember?
Roll my dice to remember things.
That's an automatic fail. You have no intelligence.
Well, at least he can't botch it.
I think Marcus is going to spend 1 point of... He's going to reflexively spend 1 point of blood to increase his dexterity a bit more. And he's going to... Is everyone screaming right now?
Some people, they're sort of, it sounds like they're, somewhere off in the western, type of area. Not everyone is screaming, though, because some people are just, like, confused as fuck. It's really difficult to see. You're not exactly sure what the hell's happening.
Marcus is going to, run, but, walk over this way towards the back way out.
Okay. In that case, what Marcus ends up seeing then are a series of, dead, well, not dead, human bodies. What he can assume are perhaps other patrons. These bodies apparently come flying across the nightclub floor, at least part of the nightclub floor here. They manage to sail a bit around Marcus, and they end up sort of coating that eastern egress. Although Marcus still can't see anything through the fog, just that far away. Just some people who have been severely and apparently quickly mutilated, and are covered in a welter of gore, quickly bleeding out. And if they're not dead right now, they're going to be dead in a few seconds.
This is a bad situation. Remember that for next turn. I am going to walk. I'm going to continue my walking, I guess.
Alright, go ahead and position yourself walking accordingly. Alright.
I didn't know if the door was open, so I'm not going to... Uh-oh. Shit.
What happened? Jordan? Rogan?
Nothing happened. I did not accidentally ban someone from the chat room.
Person 4242.
I'm going to spend my blood. I'm going to move over here. I did not know if the door was in, so I'm going to just stand here.
Yeah, the door's closed.
All right.
And people, for their part, not all of them might have saw what happened, but some of them definitely saw bodies and stuff. They begin sort of moving as quickly as they can towards where they think they are the aggressors. And for their part, they're all screaming. So Marcus is surrounded by screams of horror and terror.
Well,
Okay, what would Marcus like to do now? The people,
Spend
for
another
their part,
point.
are going to continue to try to run and press against anything in the mad hope of escape.
I'm going to spend another point of blood for Charity, and I'm going to open this door and run down the hallway.
Okay. And that's when you see it. In the middle of the dance floor, having wobbled out just a little bit, the the tiered torso as well as the other fleshy balls covered with blood, as well as those massive wooden-esque claws. Frosty the Fleshman, your dream girl, whom you dreamt about. And,
I wouldn't call her the girl.
right. The creature lets out a low, keening roar, and it slams one of its claws, into the ground. I think that's 9 successes for the clinch.
I don't think I can break cuffs.
I don't think you can break that, no. Even if you abort to dodge that. You'd be able to reduce successes, but it doesn't operate like a normal clinch.
Yeah, I'll attempt to dodge, because I have to.
Okay.
Woohoo, 60s.
Dexterity plus athletics.
Now I have a question. My specialty in precise help me here. Probably not, but
Can you make an argument that it does?
not really.
Didn't know.
I lose 2 of the successes, so we only got a 7.
Okay. I'll go ahead and say, not gonna worry about that so much. Instead, rather than that, because it's impossible, instead, we can go ahead and have you try to break free of the clinch instead on your turn, through a resisted strength brawl roll against the opponent. Go ahead and do that now.
Three dice? I can win this.
You might budge.
2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you remain clenched. And then, through the mass of people, you see the creature open its mouth, and that searing lance of white-hot energy comes barreling, well, it's going to be barreling through people and at you, while you're immobilized.
So I have cover.
Yes, we can go with that. We'll say the cover was actually great enough in that instance that it pummels through the female patron as well as the gentleman right in front of you, and they both collapse against your body. Just they end up going slamming into you. Go ahead and make a. Well, now you're held immobile, so there's no need for you to make a roll. But apparently Frosty had you lined up and he couldn't quite get the hit on. But the way's been clear now. Okay, go ahead and declare.
Well, I'm going to spend a point of blood to increase my strength. Reflexively, I'm going to spend a point of blood. No. How the hell am I going to do this? I don't know if, yeah, it probably wouldn't be able to work that way. I probably couldn't use celerity to get 2 acts to try to break free. Well, I guess I'll try to do that.
I mean, it does give you multiple actions, so I don't see why you can't, right?
Yeah, I'll spend a point of blood, increase my strength, and I'll spend another point to give me...
You can only spend 1 blood point per turn. You're at arm, right?
For celerity, that doesn't count here, Cap.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if you can bite those arms reaching up out of the ground.
I doubt it would do anything.
Anyway, it goes ahead and takes its action first, and it's the same course of action, which definitely does hit. Do you have fortitude at all?
Nope. So I can't soak any of the damages if they hit me.
In that case, it's go ahead and predetermine. It's not that powerful. It's 2 health levels of aggravated damage. And that takes care of its action. It's first.
God, I have a -1 now, so that +1 to strength just basically got knocked back down. I guess I attempt to break free. 1 success. Nope.
It rolled a few successes, so you're still there. It goes ahead and fires at you again. That's a hit. Another 2 points of aggravated damage.
Yeah, I can't get any higher than 3 dice ever again. I'll be down to cripple before this, so I think I'm dead.
Go ahead and you still have your second action that you cleared out.
Yeah, I'm rolling dice now.
Okay.
I got 0 successes.
It got 1 success, which is enough for it to maintain its lock on you.
2 more health levels of damage.
The people, for their part, they're sort of like smothering on top of you. They're really freaking out, but they're like, "Ah, we're stupid." Someone pushes open the door. It's like a giant mosh pit of bodies.
Yeah, that's really helpful and everything, but I'm at -5. I have 0 dice to do anything pretty much now.
Okay. In that case, then, it's a eventual process. The flesh the flesh man, or whatever the fuck he wants to be called, as if he has a name, does end up clearing out the rest of the patrons, or they run on their own, leaving Marcus paralyzed. Another bolt, Searing Light Blast, will hit, taking Marcus down to just 1 health left, and then the branches and the roots squeeze, knocking Marcus unconscious.
I'm actually in torpor if he does another beam at me. Actually, I'd be dead.
You'd be in final death if he did that.
So I guess I'm in now?
You're unconscious. All right. Um, David and Byron, you have returned to Astoria to do your hunting type thing. That's what all the cool kids do.
It's true.
But what does Byron do?
What does Byron want to do?
Sorry, I was dissing myself. Don't worry. Well, I guess I mean, he'll when they get out of the get out of the metro. If David is still with him, or he knows he is, he'll motion to like a side alley or something where they can talk if there's still anything to talk about.
No, David's mostly gonna want to. In fact, let's do some character. Was there something you wanted to talk about, Byron?
Oh no, I just mentioned at Elysium that it wasn't a good place to talk, and I figured I would find the first place that was out of the way, away from my hope prying ears.
Oh no, I don't really want to go spreading around what we're doing to any Nosferatu that might be listening in. That's all.
Yeah, Nosferatu aren't the only people that can hide in plain sight either.
No, but we're the ones
You
that can do
two,
it the most.
go ahead and make perception plus alertness rolls at difficulty 6 for me, please.
Is this the sort of thing to which trained observer would apply?
Yes.
All right, I got one success.
Four
I got
successes. 5. Six?
six successes on 5 dice.
All right. Everything's fine. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, obviously others can. It's just that we're the ones that tend to the most, after all. Some of us are just hiding to keep from breaching the Masquerade, which affords us one extra opportunity.
Right. Agreed. Well, in that case, you said you needed to go find a late dinner, and I should probably do the same and get some rest. If anything comes up, let me know.
Will do. Have a nice evening.
Byron will nod and go off, and he will try to feed once on somebody, and then go back to his haven.
Okay. What's David gonna do? Feed as well?
Yeah, David's actually going to spend the next hour or so trying to find one or more people to feed on. He is, after all, pretty hungry after that, situation. And then once he's got a little bit of blood in his belly, he's going to call up Joseph and Marcus to let them know that he hasn't gotten any contact back from the sheriff, unless the sheriff contacts him sometime at that time.
The sheriff won't be contacting. Go ahead and make whatever dice rolls, depending on how exactly you're going to be hunting down these people. And the difficulty is, considering the fact that it's difficulty 2.
Alright, and I'll probably be doing, in this case probably streetwise plus wits to track down people in alleyways and stuff.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll once as well?
Sure.
Wow. And unless his empathy thing as his bonus for manipulation works, he failed. He didn't botch, but he failed.
It's difficulty 2.
Oh, dude, I thought 6 in my head. Okay, he didn't fail.
Okay. Everything looks fine on that front.
All right, and then I'll take the 2 points of blood. How long did that take me?
Hunting takes an hour.
All right, then at this point, he'll call Joseph back up since Joseph had been so interested in hearing how things went down.
All right. Poor Joseph, left alone, no friends at all, is called.
You know, except for his cult, his ghouls.
Exactly, no friends. They're all blood bond men.
Blood bonding is the truest form of friendship. Duh. It's friendship where you don't even have to like the same things as them, or find their personality good, or anything like that. It's completely unconditional. It's the only true friendship.
Hello?
We can hear you now, yes.
Hey,
oh, hello on the phone. Duh. I'm slow today.
It's David again. I'm just checking in. The sheriff wasn't there. I left him a message on his answering machine. Just thought you should know.
Okay, you want to get up the coterie tomorrow night and talk about this?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna call Marcus next. See if he's not too schnack a dancer.
Probably is, but worth a try anyways.
Yeah, fair enough. Talk to you tomorrow then.
Okay, bye.
And then he'll give Marcus a call.
Phone rings, goes to the voicemail.
Hey, Marcus, whenever you get this, we're gonna meet up tomorrow to talk about what to do about this whole thing. I left a message with the sheriff. Couldn't find him. Hoping he gets in contact with me sometime tomorrow or, well, soon. Talk to you later. You really need to stop drinking so much. Click.
Okay.
And about what o'clock is it right now?
You hunted once, so you're looking at about 4:23 right now.
And sunrise is
6 a.m.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll do one more hunt before turning in for the evening.
Okay.
Or in for the morning, I guess.
Right.
I am, after all, still pretty low. Well, for me.
No.
Alright, so there you go.
All right. Okay, and you go ahead and slide into your haven about a few dozen minutes before sunrise. You know, it's Saturday, Friday the 14th, 1998. What the hell, people talking about their trisadecaphobia? There's no reason to be concerned or scared or anything at all. Well, day passes. It's evening. Byron, of course, is the first to awaken, a few minutes after 9 p.m., and eventually Joseph and David rather, will as well, shortly after 10.
And
No,
everyone loses
Aaron
a point
wakes
of blood, right?
Yeah, waking up consumes a point of blood. All right, Byron, what up?
Second day, same as the first. I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess Byron will, I mean, it's a Saturday. He's not going to worry about calling Evelyn, though, but he'll get up, read the papers, and one would
Massacre in nightclub in Astoria.
Right.
A dozen people were murdered. Dozens others were wounded. Some sort of fog machine effect came in, and apparently, in the midst of the confusion with all the drunks, something is just brutally and viciously attacked and destroyed these people. No suspects as of yet. No clear idea as to who or what could have caused such a heinous crime.
There are no descriptions from bystanders in the paper or anything like that?
Too confused. Police don't know what to sort through. So many varying reports due to the drunkenness and the fog and what have you. Yeah, some sort of crazy fog machine effect. Some folks were reporting the ground shaking below them as well. But so much blood, and all police now. I mean, not just the local precinct near Astoria. Both state as well as federal law enforcement officials have been called in to investigate this matter.
Nothing about lasers searing through people's skulls, though, or anything like that?
No.
All right. Well, Byron is definitely going to be uneasy. Too many coincidences there. He's going to give a call to Joseph, probably get...
Name, by the way, is one that Byron will recognize. The Saucy Lady.
Right. Byron, that's where he met Marcus in the last session. So definitely a place he frequents. So, yep, Byron will leave a message on David's cell phone saying, read the paper on page, I'm assuming it's front page or close to it. Read this. I think that may have been Marcus. And he's also going to leave a message on Marcus and Marcus's phone, ask him if he's okay. And he's going to leave a message with Joseph Schools, whichever one answers, that Joseph needs to call him back ASAP. He'll leave a message on his cell phone. He has one now. I keep forgetting. Right. And say the same thing. Open up the paper, read this. Shit went down.
Okay. Of course, the call to Marcus reaches the voicemail, but you know he wakes up later than you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'd leave the same message with him. I shouldn't metagame. I'll say, oh my gosh, it was blown up. Were you there? Did you see it? Blah, blah, blah.
All right. Let's see. At this point, I think it's all right to take a 5-minute break at this point if you folks want to stretch your legs or get something to drink.
I might grab like a meatball or something.
Sean disconnects from the server.
One whole meatball.
Yeah, I'm doing that so when I disconnect my internet for a moment, it won't drop me and suddenly there'll be a ghost again.
Yeah, like a meatball the size of my fist. There's some leftover spaghetti and meatballs. My dad made them. Delicious. New York.
That situation with Marcus Ghost certainly been played differently, though. It certainly, as I mentioned in the chat, would have been a fair notice of reason that he would have easily gone into frenzy, if not Rod Shrek, and tried to do everything to get away, and as such he'd have been able to ignore his wound penalties. But I figured this just ended up being for the best.
I'm fine with it. I mean, that's what Marcus did. He got drunk, and that's what happens when you get drunk sometimes.
It's true.
The flesh man breaks out of the ground and grabs onto you with tree branches.
Have you never been drunk?
No, I never have.
Yeah, neither have I.
Self-control, man. Alright, I suppose I'm gonna get some to drink.
I'm gonna go eat a bee.
on how lenient it'll be, huh?
Yeah, well, if the whole coterie dies in a fire, it might make sense for one of the Giovanni to get involved since they're right down there at the airport. So that
If
would
the
have
entire coterie is in a fire, I think the game's over.
Yep.
been sure.
But
Okay,
if one of us
fine.
dies fire, that's an entirely different story. The game can continue. It just
Well, that's what I
things
meant. I
change.
mean, like if there's a huge, like if Astoria blows up again, the Giovanni might get involved. Like, all right, what the heck's going on over here? That's what I meant. But he, Grimith said he didn't want Giovanni at the beginning, so it might be a no-go regardless.
You might have just given him a good suggestion for an NPC.
The Giovanni and the city are busy handling their own affairs.
Right, but I mean, if suddenly we're not policing their backyard well enough anymore, maybe this becomes their own affairs.
User was moved to your channel.
Sorry about that, Sean. I went away.
Oh no, that's fine. I didn't expect that for that to drop me.
Anyway, I think we're ready to continue. When David and Joseph wake up, they'll undoubtedly hear the messages from Byron when they eventually get around to checking what the hell Byron sent them. Duh. And if they check, newspapers, it's covered. And, city media and to some extent national media as well. Assume what I told Byron for all of your characters now to know.
David will also check to see if anyone's mentioned what went down in the Bronx.
Nope. Zero mention of it.
Alright, well, he's going to call everyone. First Marcus, then Byron, then Joseph.
You get voicemail from Marcus.
Alright, well, he'll leave the voicemail. Hey, this is David. Call me back when you get this. I want to make sure that everything's okay. Apparently something went down in a nightclub in Astoria. We got to deal with this. Then Byron.
All right. Byron answers, hey, get my message?
Yeah, what happened? Do you know anything more than I do? Or just what's in the paper so far?
Only that Marcus won't pick up his phone, and that's a place he likes to go get his drunk on, as he calls it.
Oh, fuck, are you serious?
Yeah, I met him there a couple weeks ago, so it's definitely a place he frequents.
God damn it. Alright, I was about to check in with Joseph, but in that case I think that I'll see if Vargas can tell us anything about what's going on.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need me to do anything. I don't think I'll be leaving my haven for now.
Yeah, just get in contact with Joseph, see if he's got any plans, anything that's going on.
All right, will do. And as soon as he gets off the phone, Byron, we'll dial Joseph's number again.
Hello?
Hey, have you gotten a chance to listen to my message?
Yeah, listen to it, check the papers, all that. So, we going to meet up?
Well, I was just on the phone with David. He's going to get in contact with Vargas and see if he can get any details that way. That club is a place that I've seen Marcus at before, so there's a chance he was there last night, and I don't believe in coincidence when it comes to this. So not when fog is involved and things crushing through the floor, which is a lot like what David described to us last night. I think we should sit tight. I don't think we should be walking out alone at this point. We should try to minimize it.
Yeah, with that idea in mind, we should probably be together, and if we don't ever meet up, then we can't ever end up together.
Yeah, it's true. What do you propose on that, then? Where would you like to meet up?
Our normal spot. If something's going to attack us there, it's going to attack us anywhere. If something's not planning on attacking us straight away, then it's as good a place as any.
Yeah, you mean Astoria Estates, don't you?
Well, I guess we could meet up at the old place.
Yes, that would be better. That place is already destroyed. I am much happier about going there.
I understand. So I'll be on my way.
All right, Byron will give it 20, 25 minutes to give Joseph enough time to get a lead on him, and he'll head on over there and hopefully meet up about the same time.
Okay. David?
All right. How does the coterie get in contact with Vargas? Through his work phone, through a burner phone, through...
You have a special phone number to contact Vargas for the purposes of this.
All right, then I'm going to call it.
It rings a few times, and then he picks it up, and it says, "What the hell is happening in my precinct, David?"
That's what I was about to ask. I just read about it in the newspaper. What's going on?
First the fucking bomb, and now, how many conflicting... I'm gonna have to assume that this is something on your end, because I don't fucking think there are crazy snowmen that come out from the ground and have branches and leaves and twigs and skulls sticking out of them and shoot out bolts of searing light. And he goes on, and some of the things don't even remotely sound like they're pertaining to the incident at all, just crazy drunk people who are trying to report on as much as they can. But, he ends up saying many salient points about, the creature that David saw yesterday. It was a bloodbath here. What the fuck is this?
I honestly wish I knew. Can you get me into the scene? Can you let me take some evidence?
Yeah, sure, David, that won't be a problem, although I didn't think you'd have a problem getting into the scene anyway.
I'd rather ask permission.
Right, of course. Certainly appreciate that. Yeah. You coming down? Do you need me to walk you through anything, or?
Nah, just make sure that I've got some space in there. I'm gonna want to take pictures.
There will definitely be space.
All right. I'll head right down.
Okay, it's a short trip. We'll actually go ahead and say that, before the others gather around to do their thing, that David arrives.
All right, he's
True to what Mikhail Vargas ended up telling you, the place is clear out of law enforcement. There is, of course, tons of police scene tape milling about, and of course, crowds of people are still milling about wanting to know what the fuck happened, and news reporters and what have you, and police are looking over the outside, but it's no difficulty at all for David to get in.
all right. Well, then he's just going to go over this place with a fine-tooth fucking comb.
Okay, go ahead and give me some perception plus investigation. We'll assume base difficulty 6.
That trained observer would obviously apply here.
Yes. Three successes, after dismissing the one. David finds salient points, which of course corroborate what Mikhail told him about the fleshy snowman. It also corroborates what David saw all the way back in the Steinway warehouse district. There is a divot in the floor of the building, a circular hole, uh, quite big-sized, larger than fist-sized, and there are cracks in it. Just one by the looks of it. There's also saucer-shaped scarring on the walls and on the floor. And that same pattern that was on those the warehouse boxes.
He's going to take all kinds of pictures to kind of correlate and compare with the Steinway warehouse incident.
Okay. Byron and Joseph, you two meet up. I guess.
Hello, Byron.
Hello, Byron. Hey, is that where the burned out wreck is as well? Same area?
It's in Astoria, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't much matter. Just
you're talking about, it doesn't matter where exactly I play. We know where you are.
Yeah, as long as it's not the new place, because I do not want some crazy mutant snowman tearing up my new office, because then Byron is just going to be sad panda. It's going to be horrible.
Well, I mean, when he put his reaction that way.
Oh, shit. Stuff got to get wrecked on now, huh? But anyway, so yeah, Byron will say, hey, well, what do you want to do? Just wait around to hear from David, or did you have a plan other than just meeting up?
Well, I was gonna call David. I thought you'd handle that, but apparently not. Wonder where he is now. And then he'll pull out his phone and call David.
David, your phone vibrates while you're snapping pictures of shit.
All right, well, he'll pull it out with one hand while continuing to take pictures with the other and say, yeah.
Hey, where are you?
I'm at the nightclub.
Well, I guess just got in. You want help with that?
Yeah, sure. Vargas already cleared us. Byron probably would have a pretty hard time getting in, ironically. Come on by if you want to give me an extra set of hands, extra pair of eyes.
Okay, that'll do. He'll just hang up and then turn to Byron. We're gonna hit up that nightclub.
We're both going?
Well, I need someone to open the door for me while I'm invisible, so, at the very least, Rain can drop you off pretty much anywhere you want to go in the city if you don't want to hang around.
I mean, Byron is a vampire.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was meant for, but I thought Aaron just mentioned that, and I agree with him, unless I misunderstood, that Byron's not going to be able to get in that crime scene. I mean, at least not unnoticed. People are going to wonder who I am and why I went in there.
Right, you're a vampire. Not everyone out here is going to be like a ghoul who can't be awed. Come on.
No, mostly I was thinking you'd be a gawker for the moment, just until we can gather enough information. We shouldn't be in there for all night.
Right. All right. I'll go. Byron will think it over, and he'll just shrug and say, all right, I don't know what I can accomplish there, but I guess all three of us in one place is safer. So he'll go along, and he'll use the blood point and blush up.
All right. There's not really a whole lot in the way of gawkers as it's gotten even later in the evening. You're looking at about close to midnight by the time you arrive. There's two uniformed officers outside the front door, and if you check around one of the sides, there's another uniformed officer standing there. Apparently, New York City has a lot of officers to spare for a crazy massacre that just occurred. Who knew?
They're actually probably pulling in people from other precincts, too.
Definitely.
Yeah, Joseph will be in the back with Byron, and when Byron opens the door for him, he'll get out. He's been obfuscated since he got in the car.
Right. Byron will push his way through the crowd, and he'll make an awe roll to get people to move aside and try to look important. So, shoot, that is.
There's not a
what?
crowd for him to push through, like I said.
Oh,
It's
okay.
close to midnight
Well,
now. There's no gawkers. There's just the 2 uniforms at the front.
All right. Well, he will approach the 2 uniforms, and he will do an all roll on them, and he'll say, "I'm the insurance adjuster. Do you mind if I get in and look around?"
All right.
That's a good one. That's a really good cover.
Yeah, let's see. And that's, what's it? Is that manipulation and expression? I can't remember. I'd have to open up the thing to figure out what awe is.
Making me look up your own disciplines, you bastard.
Yeah, it's just been a while, and I don't have the PDF.
You roll Charisma plus Performance, difficulty 7 after spending a blood point.
All right. Performance is 1, charisma is 3, so 4.
Four success? 3. Well, in that case, the police officers are definitely won over. There might be an escort that normally planned the situation, but they take down tape like, yes, sure, go on, but be quick. And Byron gets in.
Where's my token now? I was going to move the blood points, but I don't know where you... Oh, never mind.
You were lost in the 5 Barrows map.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure where you made this map. I've forgotten already.
That's fine.
All right. Well, okay, we're both in there, so I'll walk on down this. Wow.
Don't judge my hallway.
It's just long and technical. Wow.
You shut your whore mouth. I don't have to take your shit.
But Byron will nod at David as he enters. And stand back from the crime scene, actually. He'll stand here.
Aaron, here's where your storyteller fourth wall comes into mind. Dude, do you see this Technicolor vomit nightclub?
Oh my god!
It's gonna get bombed!
What the shit is this? Clearly he didn't
Don't
intend for us
worry.
to be in here.
Don't worry. It's already been bombed.
Guys, right now we're in the middle of improv.
Yes. Alright, in that case, like I said, all 3 of you have arrived together and you can act accordingly.
David will actually look a little bit surprised and say, I'm impressed you managed to get in, Byron.
Well, you know, a lot of damage usually means an insurance adjuster, and Joseph thought I'd be useful here.
So, by the way, you definitely do have the awe rocking, and you got rolled more than enough successes. You could affect both of them as well if you want to keep the awe effect active.
You know what? It's all right. If I need all on my own coterie, which, well, the way things have been going, would have been useful with Germaine, maybe.
Yeah, what a...
The hearts of those affected would lean towards Byron's opinion. The weak will want to agree with you, even if the strong-willed resist.
Oh, all right. You won me over. Yep. He's on everyone. He's just like, well, you know, I am the man. I go where I need to go.
Well, in that case,
David's even more impressed.
Yep. Anyone can resist presence for one scene if they recognize the usage of it by spending a willpower point and succeeding on a willpower roll at difficulty 8.
Nah, he's impressed.
Well, there you go.
Joseph will look around the place for a moment. Say, this place looks like shit. And
Yeah,
then get
it
to
does.
searching.
Here, before you touch anything, he's going to toss both of them a pair of, bright blue latex gloves and toss some baggies to Joseph.
And it certainly does. I mean, you have clear demarcations for where each of the 12 people died. Little sign things that CSU would put up to remind detectives who'd come in to take a closer look, as well as numerous other markations of, obviously CSU noticed the numerous saucer-shaped markings on the walls and on the floor as well, and they'd try to make sense out of it, and including that divot, that larger than fist-sized hole in the entirety of the floor with cracks in it. They would attempt to have figured out as well, and ultimately really come up with nothing, you can assume, because it's only been a day.
Well, Joseph will start investigating. That's perception investigation?
Yeah, perception plus investigation. That's 2 successes for you. What you find is pretty much the extent of what I ended up telling David whenever he rolled his perception plus investigation. So Joseph sees with his own eyes the evidence there and is able to corroborate that. The two of you can agree on that format.
It looks like the warehouse in Steinway, doesn't it?
Oh,
well,
no, I didn't get a good...
See, Joseph didn't really go into bed, so I really can't give you a good answer on that one.
Oh, that's true. In that case, I can bring over the pictures later that I took in the warehouse in Steinway. But, looks like this.
Byron, for his part, will nod and say, yeah, I thought it looked familiar. Definitely the warehouse.
Do you think this is tied in some way to Cutter and to that Simitsi? I mean, didn't you guys say that, oh, well, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it's definitely tied to the warehouse where we found Cutter, because at least it points that direction, because the newspaper said that there was a lot of fog. There was fog at that warehouse. I'm thinking they're related. The similarity of the damage here and the fact that it seems to have tracked down Marcus. I mean, if he was here, then why pick this place in particular? So I think it's. I think there's a good chance of it.
And this imprint here in the floor, maybe that was caused by. I mentioned to you too last night how its arms sort of grew up out of the ground around me, right?
Do we know that it's whatever you saw there?
No,
You haven't told us
we
what
don't.
Vargas,
But
you haven't told us what just in character or out of character. You haven't told us what Vargas said to you.
Oh, Vargas said it was a giant snowman thing, but I mean, even before then, these scorch marks, that alone would have suggested it.
Well, I mean, just calling it a giant snowman thing. I want to
No,
think that there's not a lot
description. The description was very accurate.
Yeah, and I'd want to think there's not a lot of giant snowmen running around New York City. And it sounds flesh-crafted.
All right,
We only know...
let's see if we can find where the scuffle took place. And David's going to see if he can figure out where exactly the arms would have come out of the ground.
It's impossible to tell. From what David saw in his initials thing, the arm apparently only makes its demarcations whenever it's sent into the ground. Whenever the branches came out below David's feet, he'd recall, didn't show any sign of impact at all on the ground.
Gotcha. And, is there any way that he could try to pick out where a fight might have taken place?
You can certainly try, but considering how many dozens of people were, this is just, you know, a snapshot of, like, the greater nightclub floor. So many people
Right.
went trying to stream and run out of here, so many scuff marks, you know, people slamming against each other, slamming against the walls, against the floors, basically fighting and clawing against another in a mad mob dash. You can attempt to try. It looks like, the greatest signs of sort of like the laser beams are mostly focused, the saucer marks around here near the back entry.
Alright, I'll give it a try at any rate.
Go ahead and roll perception plus investigation. With 2 8s, everything I've just told you there, David manages to corroborate. It does seem like most of the focus was against the eastern wall here.
Alright, in that case, he's going to look for any signs of people being dragged out and try and see if he can differentiate it from the dragging out the paramedics would have done. Unlikely, but...
That ain't happening.
fair enough.
So, what I'm curious as to how something like that would get out of here unseen.
Yeah, any cameras in place?
Well, there definitely do appear like there are. At least one there at the entry and the other at the back entry, but there's no cameras focused on the interior of the club floor itself.
Alright, well, David's going to see if he can find the security room.
Not difficult for David, but he would realize that likely those tapes were taken to be investigated.
So we're checking to see if they have an automatic backup system or something.
Yeah, they do not.
Yeah, alright.
Those fuckers. First warehouse is full of boxes, now no automatic backup system in the club.
God, it's like they don't even know that there are vampires everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Yeah, it's hard because so much of the evidence will have been covered up, tampered, or blended in with everything else because of the panic, the paramedics, all of that.
Yep.
Alright, well, he's got all of his pictures now, and probably a couple of small pieces of evidence that he's bagged up. Now I guess he'll head out of the place, and see if there's anywhere that has a security camera that would have been able to see the front or back entrance.
That's certainly possible, yes.
Yeah, so he's gonna go look for that.
Okay. It's gonna take you some time, and we'll go ahead and have that process to taken away. Are you gonna explain your actions to the other two, what you plan on doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for a security camera that might have seen the outside, since apparently we can't have access to the tapes. I'll have to tell Vargas if I see an ATM. I could give them a good shot.
Alright, yeah, I was just looking up to make sure what the roll was, but Byron is going to check his watch and look a little impatient.
Okay.
I don't think a roll is needed right now, but if he's there for much longer.
Yeah, we can Vargas should be willing enough to hand us those tapes, just a copy of them. That's nothing major.
Yeah, that's what I figure. But yeah, Let's let's split up and see what we can find.
David does, as a matter of fact, end up finding an ATM with a camera that is actually, as a matter of fact, looking at the front of the club.
All right, in that case, he's going to call Vargas.
Vargas picks up.
Did you pull the footage from the ATM?
He thinks about it for a bit, trying to process it, and he says, yeah.
Turn up anything?
Just a bunch of panicky people. Nothing that would describe this snowman or what have you. You found anything?
Nothing yet. What about the back entrance camera?
The front ends, both the cameras for the club. Check the tapes on them both. I have people going in, I have people going out. There's no fog outside. No goddamn snowman, though. What the hell? I know there's 3 feet out and, and all the shit that fell last week, but I didn't think we needed snow inside, too.
We didn't need a lot of what's inside there. All right. I'm going to see if this resembles anything else that's happened. All right. I got some evidence. I'm going to take a look over it.
All right.
Feel free to give me a call if anything else comes up.
Same to you, David. Will do.
Catch you later, then.
Okay. Joseph, Byron, you two have anything that you want to mill about and try to take a look at?
Joseph would probably be checking out wherever that hole was.
The divot in the floor is over here on the northwestern section.
Yeah, if you want to you want me to make another roll.
No, you can definitely see it, and you definitely investigated well enough, particularly after David pointing it out, although you didn't really go take a close look inside the Steinway Warehouse District. It definitely has a high-pressure impact that was placed on it. It is definitely a large circle, certainly larger than the size of, say, a human fist, or, hell, for Joseph, it's like his rail-thin body here. He's like, oh. Maybe my arm too. It's quite big. It definitely had a large amount of pressure that just apparently easily broke through the floor and the foundation below it, and left significant amount of cracks. It wasn't like a situation where it like completely dug it all up so you could see like, to say, bedrock beneath. Rather, it's if it's just some sort of supernatural effect, maybe it's just a flashy type thing for show. This creature might not care about the Masquerade.
Well, considering the attack, I
Right, when I say might not care.
I'd said that doesn't give us a whole lot, other than being able to say, hey, this is probably what it is. Yeah, if there's nothing else, Joseph will wait by the front for David to finish up anything.
Okay.
All right. Well, David will eventually come back and say, "All right, I got everything here that I can get."
Then let's head out and figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah, when you come near Byron,
Krypsyn? Krypsyn?
Krypsyn!
Alright, the TeamSpeak didn't crash. That's a good sign.
He's dead.
Can you hear me now?
I broke his internet's neck.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Weird. Yeah, I was in the button. What I said was he's gonna look at David and say, Well, I think now we have enough proof that we really need to get in touch with Kadir. He didn't give you a call back, did he?
No, not yet. But I definitely agree with you. Problem is tonight is that soiree. I'm not sure if we can drop in.
You know
I don't
what?
think he'll be too pissed if it's something like this.
Right. That's what Byron was going to say. It's like, yeah, I'm sure we'll piss some people off, but, well, I'd rather piss people off than be dead. Or final dead, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, then.
I guess we're heading towards the garden for that Elysium event, unless anyone else has other plans.
I'd kind of like to dress up a little bit first, at the very least. As much of a rush as we're in, and wouldn't do to be too out of place. Unless you think that we should rush there.
We can stop by somewhere if you want to pick up some clothes or something.
It may surprise you to find out that it's actually pretty hard to tailor clothes for a person with arms and legs as long as mine. I'm just going to swing by my place. It's just around the block.
Okay, then
Well, more or less.
Then we'll wait for you by the old real estate building.
Byron, sounds good. And I'll head towards the door.
Yeah, he'll head out, get dressed real quick, and make sure he leaves at home anything that would probably not be good to bring into Elysium.
What wouldn't be good to bring into Elysium?
Well, like his weapons, for example. And you know, it only takes a few minutes to, you can make a print real quick of the pictures he took, but, nah. I'll save that for later.
Okay.
After all, we do need to rush at least a little bit.
Right. Go ahead and take another break, maybe like 5 minutes, so that you all can discuss amongst this. Like, your plan is, avenue of approach, exactly what you want to end up saying.
Alright, I'm thinking that David will take the lead since the sheriff seems to kind of like him at least.
Right. Byron has no problem with that. And as a note, I will say I was thinking about it, but I forgot to mention it. Byron will not have his gun. He has his knife, but he didn't bring his gun. So there is that.
David's not bringing anything. If a fight breaks out, either he'll be able to arm himself from someone else, or they're going to be too outnumbered to actually do anything.
Right.
Joseph.
It's just more like it makes Byron feel a little better with all this destruction going around. It's more than anything else. Not like he can fight.
Yeah, Joseph carries his gun anywhere unless someone, specifically asks him not to. His thing on Elysium is, what vampire's going to be afraid of a gun?
A neonate?
Okay. What self-respecting vampire is going to be afraid of a gun?
In that case, what self-respecting vampire would attempt to carry a gun around as protection?
It's not for protection against vampires. It's protection against like werewolves or something. Some other thing.
By the way, think of what a fantastic vampire conspiracy that is. Getting mortals to switch over to using weapons that are incredibly deadly against mortals and not deadly against vampires. I wonder how long that took to get to work.
Yeah, well, I'm sure some enterprising vampire noticed that it's like, hey, man, you're wearing all this heavy metal into combat. Wouldn't it be horrible if you were to shoot a projectile that could punch right through that to your internal organs, which, would kill anybody?
Clearly, anybody. I mean, you don't want to be using, swords and, bladed-edged arrows and stuff like that. No.
No,
When
it's
you
just
could
too
be
much
using
trouble.
this gun, which is horribly, horribly deadly against, your fellow man. Which is really who you will ever need to be fighting, right?
I found a weapon. It's very powerful. Against living things.
Which
You
is
should take it.
everything.
Okay, you didn't get my reference, Aaron.
No, I didn't.
It's a reference to Resident Evil, the first game, God, with the best dialogue ever.
Oh. Yeah, I've never played any Resident Evil game. Spoiler alert.
I should give you this, Master of Opening Things. The game has the most amazing dialogue of all the time. I'm not kidding. They are not overacting whatsoever.
This is
That all-
never hyperbole.
That all said, I think it's David taking the point on this conversation. He's the only one with actual direct experience of what actually is down there. None of us saw what the fuck was going on, so it's just a matter of sitting back and letting him do the talking.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, like Byron told David the previous night, it's like, unless he's summoned directly or addressed personally, yeah, he's really content on keeping his mouth shut. He wasn't lying about that.
It's a good strategy. Especially since, the fact that the sheriff doesn't like you went from something that you suspected to something that has been confirmed.
Oh, it was pretty confirmed to Byron even beforehand. It's, but yeah, it's doubly confirmed.
Boop-de-doo.
Wonder if this 5 minutes was so Grimith could tell Jordan what's going on with this guy in the Skype chat or something.
Well, if he is, he's doing a horrible job of it.
No, it totally wasn't to draw another map or anything. Alright. Break over. Let me go ahead and move the tokens. So, how do you three go about the process of traveling to Madison Square Garden?
Byron is going to try to hitch a ride with one of Joseph's ghouls.
Yeah, this time of night, that's actually the best way to get into town.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea. I thought Byron was just going to ride with me.
I'll go too if, the option's available.
Yeah, I made an option, but you did say you wanted to hit up your haven. I didn't know if it would be quicker and we'd be just waiting around, the old building for you.
Right, and so he'll stop by the old building with his, nice suit and tie.